the title itself is actually incredible. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit crazy, this video, so enjoy.
You travel along the coast of the North Atlantic. In your Jeep, you're driving through the jungles and plains, taking amazing pictures of wildlife for your blog. And then, you accidentally come upon a place that isn't marked on any map. It's a bay with an azure coast. No human has ever set foot here.
Okay, what sort of island would fit in this category? Like, it's supposed to be quite big, as you can see. There's a mountain, but you know, I heard that most of the islands that have zero population are just small and don't have this type of climate.
You've discovered a huge footprint of an unknown creature on the sandy beach. The size of the print is more than half of your vehicle. Suddenly, out of the tropical forest that borders with the beach, you hear a deafening roar.
I mean, the roar would more likely be a bellow. Actually, do sharks ever emit sounds?
Palm trees crack and break as an unknown monster comes out of the jungle. To understand what it is, let's go back to the past. Hundreds of millions of years ago, shortly before the huge meteorite hit the Earth.
You said something, and then you said something that just contradicts the statement you said earlier. The asteroid hit 66 million years ago. Well, you said hundreds of millions of years ago. The closest is like 100 million years ago, which is still like 34 million years before the asteroid. That's a long time.
A group of tyrannosaurs migrated to the coast of the North Atlantic. There, they got to a huge bay
This just had me dying already.
facing the ocean. For a long time, thanks to the natural protection of this place, they were safe from all natural disasters that had been occurring to the Earth at that time. The fall of a meteorite, the Ice Age, and earthquakes didn't bother the T-Rexes much.
Yeah, now it's just an incredibly dumb story.
But they weren't the only monsters in this place. A group of megalodons swam to the bay for safety too.
I don't know about you, but sharks, they do not have lungs and stuff. They have gills. I don't think they would want to normally come here randomly. They don't want to land on the shores. What else is going to be there? War?
The most ferocious creatures of the oceans and of land were forced to live in one place. For millions of years, these monsters cooked in a huge cauldron called evolution.
I think Brightside knows that this video is meant to be fake. This video is meant to be for fun. They just don't want to admit it.
As a result, a new creature of destructive power appeared. The new hybrid beast has the very best of two ancient titans.
So, did they have intercourse with each other? Interspecies stuff, disgusting. I shouldn't dive deep into this sort of topic.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, with a length of 40 feet and weighing about 9 tons. It's roughly the size of a school bus.
Why does the T-Rex look like a monkey?
The king of dinosaurs had thick and strong neck muscles that could hold a large skull, and jaws filled with 60 sharp teeth. And the thick tail of the T-Rex helped to balance the body.
Also, these are protein wrists that are hurting my soul right now. I'm suffering a freaking heart attack.
The bite force of the giant dino reached 12,800 pounds, which is as if an adult elephant sat on you. Strong enough, but it's nothing compared to the strength and size of the megalodon.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just nabbed off a great white shark model and then call it a day.
Shark reached 50 feet in length.
Possibly even longer than that, although this video was made in 2021.
Slightly less than a subway car, and weighed 75 tons, which is more than a tank. This is almost 8 times heavier than a T-Rex. The megalodon's jaws were filled with 300 sharp teeth, each the size of an adult human palm. And the bite force of a megalodon is 6 times stronger than the T-Rex's. And here, these two beasts become one.
bring all this hybrid stuff to Jurassic World the game. It has a lot of those unholy amalgamations of dinosaurs and other creatures and whatnot.
Inheriting strong megalodon jaws, 360 teeth, and a massive Tyrannosaurus skull. The hybrid monster moves on 2 legs.
When you look closely to the forelimbs, you'd see that they actually look more like Iguanodon than a T-Rex.
But has fins on its back and the tip of its tail, as well as webbed toes. Its length from the tail to the skull is 70 feet, and its weight is about 90 tons.
Actually, no, the forelimbs look more like a cat.
This is the largest creature in the entire history of the planet.
Insert blue whale crying noise as meme here.
After a blue whale, of course.
Huh. Alright. At least didn't forget about the blue whale this time.
Since it survived all natural disasters and had no competitors in the food chain, it's been able to live to this day. And here you see the Megalodon Rex, or Tyrannolodon, however you want. Its roar deafens you. The monster is coming at you.
Okay, so let's assume this scenario is valid if the Megalodon Rex hybrid is hungry. Or maybe, like, we should invalidate the scenario altogether because you simply don't have the nutrients to supplement this guy long term.
Every step feels like a little earthquake. You press the gas pedal, but the car doesn't go. The wheels are stuck in the sand. There's no choice. You leave the car and take an inflatable boat with a small motor from the trunk. At this moment, the Tyrannolodon grabs the Jeep with its jaws and crushes it like a cardboard box. The pressure, comparable to the weight of 6 adult elephants, is now being applied to your Jeep. The monster chews it like so much chewing gum.
Really? Would that just hurt the dude's teeth? Iron has a hardness of 40, Emily just most hardness scale.
You can hear its sharp teeth cutting through the metal and rubber on the wheels. And then, the dinosaur spits the car out. Meanwhile, you run to the water, start the engine, and sail away on the boat as far as possible. The dinosaur runs after you and jumps into the ocean. It swims like a shark. You can see a fin sticking out of the water.
You know what? I'm actually quite entertained about this one. It's not meant to be serious or anything. Bright side refused to admit it. Once again.
The size of a small sailing boat. Fortunately, the monster isn't able to catch up with you. The Megalodon's speed is about 10 miles per hour, but now it slows down almost twice as much because it has massive hind legs. The webbing on the legs helps to swim, but it's still a big weight.
This scene just had me die of laughter as well. How do you run a treadmill inside of water? It's going to get electrocuted.
The physical form of the dinosaur doesn't allow it to accelerate too much. 8 miles per hour is its maximum. The fin is moving further and further away from you. But at this moment, the engine starts to rattle. Oh no! You remember you didn't fill the tank with fuel! This means that in a couple of minutes, you will be left alone with a huge predator. It won't see you since you've sailed far away. But the shark part of our monster has a great sense of smell in the water.
Also, I just remembered one thing. A shark wouldn't eat a human. A Megalodon probably won't eat a human either in this scenario. It's probably too small.
You won't be able to escape its nose. You turn the boat and head for the shore. In the distance, the triangular fin is swimming around. You give it a wide berth to avoid being caught by Tyrannolodon. But you don't have enough gas. The engine shuts off. You start rowing with an oar, but
Did the guy just pull these stuff out of his butt or something?
now you're moving too slow. The monster is inevitably catching up with you. A huge dinosaur emerges from the water and falls back.
Okay, so this isn't a dolphin. It's probably too heavy to even jump like this. There's just too much weight weighing it down. Have you learned physics before?
Creating a huge wave. It throws you to the shore along with the boat. The monster comes out of the water and runs after you. You have a chance to save yourself because the speed of the Tyrannolodon is about 10 miles per hour, which is slightly slower than the speed of the T-Rex.
How about the persistence? You should take the stamina of that guy into account as well. But given that the dude is like 90 tons from what I remember, I don't think the dude would want to run very long. The weight is just using a lot of its energy and all of that stuff.
You run and easily find a shelter, but you realize in time this is a bad tactic, since the T-Rex part of the monster has well-developed smell receptors. It can sniff you out as well as a domestic cat.
Is there any evidence of this? Is just pure speculation, but the ridiculous kind, much like Jurassic Fight Club.
You just need to run as far as possible from this beast. You can hear the deafening roar of the Megalodon Rex behind you. Trees are breaking, the ground is shaking, but then it's suddenly all quiet. The Pteranodon's heart does hard work when it pumps blood through the huge dinosaur's body. When it runs, the heart works even more intensively. Because of this load, the dinosaur has little endurance.
I wouldn't be surprised a 90-ton animal on land, which is also part water. What even is going on in this video?
It quickly runs out of energy. Perhaps it's sitting on the ground right now and
Whatever way it sits on the ground, it did not sit upright like this. It's just way too different from the human anatomy.
catching its breath. Tired, you also stop. You can't hear the dinosaur's footsteps. The T-Rex couldn't hunt small dinosaurs, as they easily ran away from it, and its approach was heard from afar.
Why didn't it even attempt to ambush is beyond me. Isn't ambushing one of the core parts of hunting? Like, as a predator, you don't want your prey to know of your presence until it's too late. Don't try and hunt something dry in open land.
Only big plant-eating dinosaurs, as slow as itself, could become its dinner.
When it comes to this stuff, the 90-ton absolute abomination would be able to easily defeat most of the herbivores. Basically, every one of the herbivore dinosaurs, the Edmontosaurus, Shantungosaurus, and key Triceratops, all could manage to defend themselves against a T-Rex. But in this case of this ungodly abomination, most likely not. Probably not even the sauropods.
It's the 21st century.
How does one turn something into a skeleton right away after somehow eating all of its meat and internal organs?
Now, and the dinosaurs are extinct. So what does this monster eat? At this moment, you can hear the trees crunching a few feet away from you. Through the bushes and leaves, you can see a large triangular plate. You run to the side and realize that this is a real Stegosaurus.
Didn't the Stegosaurus go extinct by the late Jurassic?
It seems the Jurassic period is still preserved on this piece of land. The herbivorous dinosaur, the size of a bus, calmly eats grass and makes noise.
It's an herbivore, so if it sees you as a threat, it will use a Stegomizer to smack you, potentially impaling you and then killing you.
On the other side, you hear the heavy footsteps of the hungry Pteranodon. The Stegosaurus senses the upcoming enemy. It gets into a fighting position.
I don't think its fighting position is like this. It'll probably just, I don't know, turn, use a Stegomizer.
Pteranodon is approaching. You run back to a safe place and watch the fight. Pteranodon runs out of the jungle. It growls, opens its massive jaw.
That is a death sentence for this 90-ton predator. It's going to alert every other prey in its vicinity. They're going to run away. And this 90-ton predator is going to have no food as it eventually starves to death because of its stupid roaring for absolutely no reason.
And attacks the herbivore. The Stegosaurus quickly hits the enemy with its barbed tail. The Pteranodon falls to the side. Trees shatter into splinters, and the ground shakes under the huge monster.
Is it just Stegosaurus 06 from a battle royale from Gaming Beaver just reincarnated? Because Stego 06, infamous for killing Spinal Indominus Rex, I feel like even though this video was created before Stego 06 came to be, it probably is a foreshadowing of Stegosaurus 6, to be honest.
It gets up and furiously runs at the opponent. You decide to run away to buy yourself some time. You come to the shore, jump on the boat, and row as far as possible from the bay. The roars of 2 giant dinosaurs come from the jungle. You decide to sail along the bay and get to the beach with civilization. While you're sailing, you notice that it's suddenly become quiet. Too quiet. Waves appear on the surface, but there's no wind. The water bubbles, and you hear a terrible hum from the ocean depths. Through the blue surface, you can see several tentacles. They're huge.
Oh, so we're just talking about the Kraken now instead of the abomination of Megalodon Rex hybrid.
And they're on your every side. This must be a huge squid or even a kraken. But then you see the head of this monster is a shark's one. Now you definitely can't escape because the Crackalodon swims out of the water. But this is a completely different story.
And that's how the video ends. There's nothing else to it. Krakenolodon. This is just garbage, man. There really is no point taking this video seriously. You know, it's all fake and all that. It's supposed to be crazy hybrid. It's not even evolution. It's just Jurassic World, the game fusing all of these abominations together. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much my thoughts on this video. It's quite fun, but it's just Jurassic World, the game. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you all next time.